Have you ever said this to yourself? If I just made a little more money, everything would be better. Almost everyone has. You work harder, sleep less, accept more stress. Promise yourself that once you reach a certain number, you'll finally relax. But the real answer is far stranger. Because for nearly all of human history, your ancestors rarely had to choose between health and wealth. They couldn't. One existed because of the other. Today, they often compete, and understanding why may completely change how you measure success. Imagine waking up 50,000 years ago. There is no bank account, no salary, no stock market, no retirement fund. Your wealth is not stored in numbers. It is stored in your body. Can you walk? Can you hunt? Can you gather food? Can you carry water? Can you survive another winter? If the answer is yes, you are wealthy. If the answer is no, almost nothing else matters. For your ancestors, health was wealth. Literally, modern humans often separate these two ideas. Health belongs to doctors. Wealth belongs to economists. But evolution never made that distinction. Your body is the oldest investment you'll ever own. Every calorie your ancestors consumed became stored energy. Every strong muscle increased survival. Every healthy child increased the chance that family knowledge would continue. Anthropologists studying hunter-gatherer societies repeatedly find something surprising. Most wealth was shared. Food was shared. Tools were shared. Knowledge was shared. But one thing could never be borrowed: your health. Imagine two hunters. One owns the sharpest spear in the tribe. The other owns an ordinary spear. The first hunter becomes seriously ill. The second remains healthy. Who feeds their family? Almost certainly the healthy one. The expensive tool suddenly becomes almost meaningless. Without the body, the tool loses its value. This pattern appears again and again throughout history. The Roman philosopher Seneca once wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." More than 2,000 years later, psychologists continue to discover something similar. Humans rapidly adapt to increases in wealth. Researchers call this hedonic adaptation, a complicated phrase with a simple meaning. You quickly become used to improvements. The new phone becomes normal. The bigger house becomes ordinary. The higher salary becomes expected. Your brain keeps moving the finish line. The happiness fades. Then another goal appears. But your body follows different rules. Sleep cannot be saved for later. A damaged heart cannot simply be upgraded. Years of chronic stress leave physical marks inside the brain. Researchers studying stress have repeatedly shown that long-term exposure to stress hormones increases the risk of heart disease, diabetes, depression, and memory decline. Your body remembers every sacrifice, even when your bank account grows. This creates one of the strangest paradoxes of modern civilization. Many people sacrifice health to gain wealth, then later sacrifice wealth trying to regain health. Your ancestors would probably find this deeply confusing. Why destroy the very thing that allows everything else to exist? But the story is not that simple. Money matters a great deal. Without enough money, health also suffers. People living in poverty often experience higher rates of disease, poor nutrition, unsafe housing, limited health care, higher stress. The famous Whitehall studies, led by epidemiologist Sir Michael Marmot, found something remarkable. Health improves at almost every step up the socioeconomic ladder, not only for the rich. Even small increases in security improve health outcomes. Why? Because uncertainty itself is exhausting. Your brain evolved to constantly monitor threats. Financial insecurity becomes one of those threats, even if no predator exists. Think about your brain. It doesn't know the difference between a hungry lion and losing the ability to pay next month's rent. Both activate ancient survival systems. Both trigger stress hormones. Both prepare the body for danger. The threat changed. The biology did not. So perhaps the question isn't health or wealth. Perhaps the better question is, how much wealth creates better health? And when does chasing more wealth begin damaging it? Researchers studying happiness have spent decades trying to answer this. Economist Daniel Kahneman and psychologist Angus Deaton found that increasing income strongly improves well-being when it lifts people out of financial hardship. Basic needs matter enormously. Safety matters. Security matters. But beyond a certain point, the relationship becomes far weaker. More money continues increasing opportunities, but does not guarantee greater happiness. Imagine two people. The first earns enough to live comfortably, exercises regularly, sleeps well, has close friends, feels purpose. The second earns 10 times more, works 80 hours every week, sleeps 5 hours, feels constantly anxious, rarely sees family. Which one is truly wealthy? Your answer probably depends on how you define wealth. History suggests humans have been asking this question for thousands of years. Ancient Greece offered two competing visions. One celebrated external success, power, property, influence. The other emphasized inner flourishing. The philosopher Aristotle called it eudaimonia, often translated as happiness. But that translation misses something important. Eudaimonia means living well, living according to your highest potential, not merely feeling good, not merely owning more, a flourishing life. Modern science increasingly supports this ancient idea. The Harvard study of adult development has followed participants for more than 80 years. Its conclusion surprises many people. The strongest predictor of long-term happiness and healthy aging was not fame, not career success, not wealth. It was the quality of close relationships. Healthy relationships protected both mind and body. They reduced stress, improved resilience, and even predicted longer life. Your ancestors probably wouldn't be surprised. Humans evolved inside tribes. Connection was survival. Isolation was danger. Now imagine losing your health completely. Suddenly, every expensive possession changes meaning. The luxury car becomes transportation to a hospital. The large house becomes a place where stairs are difficult. The investment portfolio cannot remove physical pain. Money becomes incredibly useful, but it becomes a tool, not the solution itself. Now imagine the opposite. Excellent health, endless energy, strong friendships, curiosity, purpose, but absolutely no money. Life becomes difficult in another way. Modern society requires financial resources. Food costs money. Medicine costs money. Housing costs money. Education costs money. Ignoring wealth completely would be equally unrealistic. So why do so many people feel trapped? Because modern society measures visible success far more easily than invisible well-being. Salary can be counted. Heart health cannot. Followers can be counted. Peace of mind cannot. A promotion receives applause. 8 hours of sleep rarely does. The things most valuable to human survival often remain invisible. Anthropologists studying traditional societies noticed something fascinating. Many hunter-gatherer groups worked far fewer hours than modern industrial workers. Their lives were physically demanding, but they also spent significant time resting, talking, playing, teaching children, strengthening relationships. Survival depended on cooperation, not constant productivity. Your brain evolved in those environments, not inside email inboxes, not inside endless meetings, not inside 24-hour financial markets. Perhaps this explains why burnout feels so powerful. Your ancient biology collides with a modern world that never stops asking for more. More work, more growth, more achievement, more consumption. But your body still follows ancient rules. It still needs sleep, movement, sunlight, connection, recovery. Ignore those needs long enough, and the bill eventually arrives. So, which is more important, health or wealth? History gives an unexpected answer. It refuses to separate them. Health creates the ability to build wealth. Wealth creates the ability to protect health. Each strengthens the other until one begins destroying the other. That is the balance every civilization has struggled to find, and every individual still struggles to find today. Maybe true wealth was never about choosing one over the other. Maybe it is waking up with enough health to enjoy what you have, and enough resources to protect the people you love. Because at the end of your life, your bank account will tell the story of what you earned, but your body, your memories, and your relationships will tell the story of how you lived.